I would like to now shift to the three city-states, the ones that have the ultimate power for control and the enslavement of planet Earth. I'd like to start out with London and some of the mechanical things that they have done. First, going back to the Spanish Armada War. What that war was about was the capture of who controlled the time and contract. That's Greenwich. When they won the war, they slid the calendar that everybody follows, the timing, to Greenwich under the atomic clock. They then created the International Maritime Organization. And now in the International Maritime Organization are the policies of functions dealing with the registration of foreign vessels. Now, foreign vessels are classified as contracts. They're classified also as ships. They're classified as anything that is not in nativity to that parent land. So it deals with covers all shipping routes. So all port authorities are on file with them. All harbor masters, all lighthouses, ultimately come down through the International Maritime Organization. This controls banking. The time in banking is linked over to the Vatican on their rituals. On all roads lead to Rome, dealing with their obelisk triangulations and the things that the manipulation of their symbolism in their secret societies that they have created a monopoly to control the function of the contract so that they are in complete dominance against the people. Until I came along, of course. But this is how they enslaved mankind, and this is how they use the time of the past and the future and the Gregorian calendar to control their stock markets for payments, to make sure that the citizens don't have any now space. So with the quantum grammar system, we use now space stepping out of the time. So it's a very valuable thing because you can control your now space and not be caught up in their time. So it's very important, and the Vatican is a co-conspirator with that as they regulate and monitor the commerce, the contracts that are moving around the planet through their Gregorian system that they have set up, and through their symbolism on the flag standards, the buildings that you walk into, the hieroglyphics that sit in your local treasuries, in your local port authorities, Department of Transportation for the shipping, through the post office. Most of the hieroglyphics are on file through the Vatican, which they have done ceremonial functions to give the spirit or the volition of that hieroglyphic to be a controlling factor subliminally in our lives. And so they've changed definitions, like the definition see, S-E-E. Most citizens would think that it means to look at someone. But in a legal connotation, it means to look through the Pope's and the diocese authorization, the pontiff's authorization. So you don't have, you go into court and the judge will stand up and go, you'll have people talking this and that and saying, the judge will go, well, you people can't see what you're doing. And everybody's like, what do you mean we can't see what we're doing? But he's not telling them the definition of SEE means to look through the Pope's authorization, where he's functioning under the Basilica, the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, to keep everybody in a tomb. That's why you have judges' chambers, so you can go into the tomb. We have claims of the life to move our citizens out of the tomb. So this is how a controlling factor that they use their court systems through the Department of Transportation, through the bills of the ladings, to control and navigate you from point A to point B. London and the Vatican are a big part of those roads. The other function of power is the actual physical force, which is the Vatican gives the commands through London to move the militaries, and the big function of command is in Washington, D.C., is the Pentagon. And they too are engaged in authorizations that they believe that they're bound to. But because of the end of the bankruptcy in 1999, the Pentagon has lost the joinder with the Vatican. The joinder with London. So they don't have to comply with that because they're under contract with me through the flag with the Secretary of the Navy's office as a prize, which they've signed the lease with to create joinder with me as Postmaster General, Commander-in-Chief, and Muster Master on February 20th, 2003.